So over the last few weeks, I played a fair amount of the ARMS Global Testpunch, which has been going on since last weekend, and another round was this weekend with new modes and another character. So I definitely wanted to check out all of the content in both test punches before making a sort of impressions video. The first week I played it, interestingly, I kind of enjoyed it, but also I had a lot of issues with it. Mostly the stability of the online felt very shaky the first week that I played it, at least on I think Friday night. But on the whole, I did have a good time with it. I liked the controls, which were pretty simple, but also like really awkward to wrap your head around, actually, in terms of practicing it. Like, you move with the Joy-Cons by tilting them forward, backwards, side to side. You punch by, well, punching, and like L is dash, R is jump, and the ZR and ZL buttons are special flurry rush, which allow you to basically unleash like a ton of punches in quick succession. So oddly enough, as much as I did find the controls a little bit odd to pick up, I did enjoy the motion controls better than actually using the Pro Controller, because I tried with the Pro Controller and also with the Joy-Cons and the grip, and it felt weird because you can aim and move independently, which actually really inhibits how much like strategizing there is. And that's the thing about ARMS. It's kind of a mind game, and I kind of expected it, but yeah, it's a serious mind game. You kind of have to like read your opponent and sort of outmaneuver and outwit and like outpredict movements. So it's actually really deep in theory. And I feel like with the Joy-Cons out of the grip, it feels a lot more strategic. I actually ended up playing all characters, but I typically only played like Ribbon Girl primarily because she was the character who felt the best in terms of like overall speed and maneuverability. Because some of the other characters like Helix Man, for example, felt kind of slow, and I feel like that doesn't fit the kind of character I play in fighting games, or games period. I almost always go for like fast characters, also like glass cannons, which I don't think there is a glass cannon per se in this game, but like I tend to go for like a lot faster characters than like medium or slow characters. So yeah, I tended to settle just on the one character. But I did play all the characters, and they all feel good. It's just a matter of which actually appeals in terms of like your own personal playstyle. Some prefer heavier characters in fighting games, and I understand that. But yeah, that's just not for me, I guess. Several modes were actually on display for this test punch that were not in last week's. One of the modes was Hoops, which was actually really complicated because it didn't come up hardly at all, and the one time it did come up, I lost really badly, because I kept getting like comboed essentially. I couldn't like outmaneuver the other person, so it ended up being kind of a one-sided game. I kind of started to take it back at the end, but of course not successfully. So I don't know how to feel about that mode. I would need to play it more. But yeah, I kind of did enjoy my time with that mode. The new mode this week that I did enjoy a lot was actually the 3 versus AI mode versus Headlock, which is like some sort of weird multi-armed thing that like seemingly possesses another character. I don't quite understand what that's supposed to be. But that mode is fun because it's actually the only cooperative mode on display, and I feel like more cooperative modes would actually be really nice in this game. I noticed Nintendo is definitely moving that direction with their online games, with like Salmon Run and Splatoon, which I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, that mode was actually the most fun because it was all versus an AI, so it just, I don't know, something about it just seemed nicer than just versus, because like a lot of the multiplayer versus stuff with like more than 2 people gets kind of crowded and chaotic, and also sort of like everyone gangs up on one person and it sort of quickly becomes a one-sided battle. So I felt like that was actually the most balanced mode that I played, interestingly enough. There was also like a target hitting mode, but I didn't get to play that much either, and it was fine. I feel like it's so precise though that it's kind of stressful trying to hit the targets faster than the other person when you're also kind of fighting the controls. Like, I do find the controls are pretty good for the most part, but for like fast reflex based like target hitting, it didn't really work. I guess more practice would help, of course, but it just felt like the controls weren't precise enough to hit like, do like an arc where you hit like 3 targets at once before your opponent does. And it also kind of depends a lot on luck from what I discovered from when I played, because it kind of depends on how you're positioned. So yeah, I definitely think the headlock mode was the most fun of the new modes this week. Now, since I didn't do a video last week, for the first week, I definitely want to go over the side mode of the first round, which was a volleyball-esque mode, where you have to like knock a bomb into the other court. Now, I also had really weird mixed experiences with this, because I also felt like depending on who you were, like what kind of attacks you had, it kind of also had the problem of not being very balanced. Like, there are times when I would just get comboed because I had like slow attacks, and there are other times when I had fast enough punches to counteract everything, and it went super smoothly, and it was, in either case, pretty one-sided. So I'm not quite sure how you could balance these side modes, but they are side modes. They're not like, as far as I know, in ranked, for example. They're just for fun things. So I do see like these being fun, but again, I just don't know how much like replayability some of these modes have compared to like just the core fighting, because the core fighting just feels a lot tighter in terms of all these little side modes. And regarding the core fighting mechanics, they're mostly pretty good. Again, the controls are pretty solid, and it is kind of an interesting like mind game trying to read people. My only issues with the 1v1 fights were that there was a fair amount of weird glitching, like punches going through people because of lag, getting hit by nothing because of lag, disconnecting outright. That was actually worse on Friday the first week and Saturday the second week. Friday night of the second week actually was super smooth. I was able to play a ton of matches for some reason, but the day after it just felt like it was really choppy. So I don't know what was causing that at all. But on the whole, the servers were pretty good, I would say, for a Nintendo game. And again, I completely admit my internet isn't the best, so that was also a factor. But on the whole, it was actually a pretty fun time. At least the 1 versus 1 fights. The 2v2 fights, which conceptually are not that different, but also having another person does make fights sort of imbalanced, because there's this tendency to just gang up on one person, and then as soon as one person goes out, then the outnumbered person basically loses by default. So that's kind of... I kind of wish it was set up a little bit better, though I feel like strategically that's not a terrible idea to try to reduce numbers and then just pick off the remaining person. It just kind of made it less fun when everyone's like, two people just completely destroy you in like 5 seconds, and then the other person gets destroyed because they're massively outnumbered. So yeah, I'm not sure how you can fix balancing. I feel like that's what most of my complaints come down to with this game, is that the balancing feels a little bit off. Most of the characters felt balanced, but it's just a lot of the modes seem to not be well set up for, like some characters would be better at certain modes than others, is what it felt like to me. So I'm not quite sure how you could fix that, because it doesn't seem like a character-related problem. It's kind of like a design-related problem within the mode. That might just be me, though, because I didn't get to play the side modes as much other than the headlock mode, which came up a lot for me for some reason. Yeah, those are basically my thoughts on ARMS. Thanks for watching. If you liked this sort of impressions video, because I don't do these very often. Let me know in the comments if you played the Test Fire or Test Punch and had any additional thoughts. Let me know in the comments, because I'd be curious in hearing what other people thought about this.